Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for still being here. I know it's almost end of the conference, but we're gonna have a great discussion today. Won't disappoint you. Before starting, what is your favorite NFTs you're holding? Very quick, just shout out. What? Okay. Anyone has a Bored Ape? That's my favorite. Nice, Ape fam. So, what are your NFT gonna play out in future in the global trend? But today, we're gonna have the discussion about the global trend NFTs and how the community gonna shape the ecosystem. Before starting, first of all, I'm Christina. My Bitcoin journey started back in 2014 when I studied MBA in London. And then I started working in Silicon Valley in 2017 in the crypto space. Over the past 6 years, I have been building cross-blockchain trading platform named Sweet Blockchain. And when Metaverse became a concept, we wanted to extend our cross-chain trading experience in the Metaverse space. So we started a new project named MetaPass, which is all in one place for cross-chain trading NFTs, meaning you can use a BNB to buy a Bored Ape. And then I'm in charge of marketing, so I always wanted to explore the new stuff. So I have been big into DeFi, and when NFT came to play, I was the first one who started trading crypto kitties, NBA Top Shot, and when Bored Ape came up to the market, I immediately bought some, I don't tell you how many, the next day, when it was like 0.2 or something, don't be jealous, I'm just lucky. And then on the side, I'm also a co-founder of Bay Area WSB, one of the biggest Mandarin-speaking communities, and out of the community, we started out AWSB Ape Fund. When BAYC were under one, we brought in 48 with a lot of rare trades. So one of the things that made our community famous, and one of the reasons I'm able to be here, I'm very lucky. So that is about me. Today with me on the stage, we have a few amazing founders in the NFT space and experts. So to save time, I will let them to introduce yourself.
Sure, thank you, Christina. Thank you so much for attending. I know time is one of the most precious commodity in this world and health. So thank you guys for coming here, spending your precious time here. Really appreciate it. So my name is Samuel, but a lot of people know me as Stamina. So what is Stamina? Stamina is an artist. Stamina is a connector. Stamina is someone who builds relationships for, creating win-win situations for everyone. So one of my projects that I'm working on right now is connecting the real estate development world with NFTs and art to create something that's meaningful for local emerging artists, and at the end of the day, create landmark properties. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name's Roxette Irvine, Roxy Rockstar up there. I'm from Miami, and I got into crypto back in 2012. My friends were mining it, and that's when I started learning about it. Really started community building back in 2018 down in Miami, doing education and workshops. I'm now a partner at the Lab Miami, which is a co-working and incubation space, and we host tons and tons of workshops and conferences with Chainlink, CoinFund, Algorand, the list goes on. But on top of that, what I do as well is I've been running a early stage accelerator, and we launched a Web3 accelerator, so we help early stage founders like yourselves actually turn your projects, whether it's NFTs, DAOs, contracts, whatever it is you're working on, into fundable, global businesses. Thank you.
Great. Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me. Can you hear me okay? Okay. And thanks for those watching on YouTube later. So my name's Adam Ghahramani. I'm the founder of Untamed Elephants. We were the first charity-driven NFT community on both Ethereum and on Bitcoin ordinals. Ethereum we launched almost 2 years ago. Ordinals we launched recently. To date, we've raised $80,000 to help African and Asian elephants. We work closely with 3 different nonprofits. We had an NFT holder elephant rescue trip in Sri Lanka for 2 weeks, and we're going to Kenya soon as well to visit the Save the Elephants research camp. So we do PFP stuff, we do fine art stuff, we're always innovating, we have cool staking features, and we're really trying to build an interesting two-way dynamic with nonprofits.
Amazing. Thank you. So on the way coming here today, I read the news that Canon, the camera company, just announced they're going to go big into NFTs. Oh, besides that, a few days ago, I minted Gucci necklace. You know that story, right? Yuga Lab was partnering with Gucci. You could mint a Gucci necklace if you hold one of the lens named Other Deed. It's not cheap. 450 apes was about like $2,000 and stuff. You know, why we buy a digital like a necklace? Well, it's named because it's luxury, Gucci. So many other brands as well, like Adidas. Long time ago, I bought like into Metaverse. I could get a real physical sportswear of Adidas brands. Nike, they acquired RTFKT, and they own Clone X now. So one of the trends I see that big brands are rushing to the NFT marketplace. So what other global trends of the NFT space you see and hiding in the next 5 years? How it is interacting with other industries like sports, music, games? I would like to welcome to share your insights. So who wants to take it first?
I guess I'll take it first. You're in real estate, right? So we've been seeing a lot of tokenization for real estate. I think that's something that's really exciting. For me, you know, being in the startup space and working a lot with like funds and VCs, you're also seeing like NFTs being used as investment vehicles to do fundraising, which is, you know, something that you don't hear about. You're always hearing about the art, the music, you know, using it for copyright law, which I'm not going to go into why I think that might not be the best use case, but there's other uses, right? So, you know, looking at NFTs as a mechanism to fundraise is something that maybe you guys should start looking towards as a global trend, because people are using it for markets like the real estate, like DeFi or decentralized science, which is another kind of thing that if you guys haven't looked that up, look it up. But I'm seeing it used in that sense of more of bringing almost like a syndication for investments. So,
thank you, Sam. Or
yeah, I guess
go ahead.
I'll jump on. Yeah. So for me, how I see NFTs is really the intersection of different communities, different experts coming in. So, like within this room, we have people in the architecture field, right? We got people that are community leaders. Shout out VFriends Canada in the building, Jonathan, big community leader back in Toronto in my hometown. And Jack, you know, like they come from different like areas of expertise, and that's the beauty about NFTs, and that's the real power.
So they were cheering for you when you came to the to the stage.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
That's the power of the community.
Yeah,
You
it's
feel
all
the
love,
belongings,
honestly.
right?
All love.
Support.
Canada.
Exactly. Like, and then coming back from the first talk before our panel, he was talking about operating in love, and that's super important to build communities, right? You want to love yourself, you want to love others, and you know, we're not going to be all friends, but you can at least try, right, to operate in love and see where it goes from there. But my point is, the intersection of all the different industries create such a new wave of innovation and a new wave of community building that's going to propel the future in a better place. So I'm going to leave it to that.
And from my perspective with nonprofits, if you think about it, if you donate money to a nonprofit, the utility is the donation, right? You don't really get anything back. But a cool thing with NFTs is you can donate to a nonprofit, receive an NFT, and the NFT can track loyalty, and it could also give utility back. So for Save the Elephants, we launched a collection called Conservation Cards, where every month we have a Web3 artist make a beautiful piece of art, and anyone who buys it, a lot of money is donated to the charity and to the artist, and there's cool utility that can be added. So, for example, Save the Elephants is gonna name some of their research elephants in the field after people's nominations who hold their NFT. They'll also give shout outs, and we integrate the cards into our collection to add other utility too. So these type of kind of win-win scenarios I think are gonna get bigger and bigger in the nonprofit world.
That is great. So I personally believe community is one of the most important thing in Web3. So I want to share a short story. So in AWSB, we started out during lockdown. We started talking on Clubhouse all day long, now on Twitter Space 24/7, and we are the one hunting alphas. So when BAYC came out, the next day, everybody in the community, when we were talking at the Clubhouse, all about the Bored Apes, and more than one. So you could see everyone was wearing a BAYC profile on the stage. If you didn't have one, you felt like you didn't belong there. You had to get one. But that time is so cheap, $200 and stuff. Everybody bought one. Later, I like the other one but more. Nobody knew that time a picture, like a monkey picture, could go that big, right? And then I still remember we were so happy, feeling belong in the community. And I also remember Golden Goner, you know who he is? The founder of Yuga Labs, right? He came to our community, sitting next to me. Well, just his profile picture. No, talking about the apes. Nobody knew who he was that time. He was nothing to talk to the picture. Oh, we like the picture, so happy, like so happy, this little ape, unshaved mouth. But we were so happy talking about the apes, and he told us, oh, let's go to other room, let's do the ape noise, woo, 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 like that. And we were so happy, we followed him, went to different rooms, and we were kicked out because everybody thought we were like crazy, and then we were so happy, went out to other rooms, and we were kicked out one by one. But we're still happy. We felt the belongings, felt like being part of the community. But so lucky it became so big. I think one of the reasons is they got big investment later on because it's so how community are engaged in this. So my question is, you already covered a little bit, but I still want to ask, how important do you see that the community participation in the NFT ecosystem? And what is your strategy to have you used it to build the communities? Thank you. So who want to take it first?
Yeah, I'll start off. So we have an interesting story because 2 years ago when we launched, one of our co-founders was a scammer. He was a rug puller. He was, the worst kind of person. So me and the community actually kicked him out. So we're an example of a project that is community-led. And we build with the community in public. We have 60 people on our advisory board, and they're all community holders. And a lot of founders like to build in secret, and then they reveal, and then the community hates what they built. So we try to build in public with them as much as we can. And a lot of the things that our team thought were great, they kind of guided us in a different direction quickly. So that's the tip I give, is to build in public with your community.
Thank you. It's great.
I agree with that. Definitely build in public, but also try to be agnostic, right? So for me, I'm speaking because as a co-working incubator space that houses a lot of like NFT projects, we actually do have some Bored Apes that did a Bored Ape coloring book. It's all over our walls, so we do have a lot of Bored Ape guys in our space, but what we do is we're an enabler for other communities. So essentially, we're constantly hosting events that are focused on individual communities coming into our space. So we'll host like a pitch competition focused on Web3. We'll host like a women's only intro to Web3 events with like Tuttle Tribe, which is like a local Miami NFT. And we'll kind of continue on and on and on and on with that. So I think in order to be successful like community ecosystem builder, you also have to play a lot of hats and be almost like a chameleon, because you're gonna not just be, one, I see you're like a Bored Ape rah 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 fan, but the beauty of NFTs and the beauty of communities is that you can belong to more than one, right? So how can you be a leader in more than one community is by trying to find like that common core between these communities. So for me, in the co-working space, it was Web3. That was the blanket, and pretty much we welcome in. It doesn't matter if you're a Bitcoin maxi, a Bored Ape fan, or someone who's new into Web3, you're welcomed in this space. So that's kind of like important.
Oh, thank you, Roxy. That's a very, very insightful point. So Sam?
Yeah, I feel like you guys really touched all the points, really. But every time you come to a community, I think the fact that you can see them multiple times, like developing that relationship, having that like follow up and that sit down to be like, hey, listen, like, what are you working on? How can I help you? At the end of the day, that's the real question to ask. And then when that question is established, you can use your social capital asset, you can use your other resources to either help that person or help that community grow to be to the next level, really. So I know it's a little bit general because you guys like really killed it on the topic, but that's the main motive of building a community, in my opinion.
Thank you, Sam. All great insights. Another question. Have you ever, having the experience that your friend, one of your friends come to ask you, oh, I want to buy NFT, what to buy, how to buy it? And this person has zero experience using a digital wallet, even does not know what NFT is. So also, I myself, sometimes I worry a little bit because I do have some NFTs I believe gonna worth a lot in future. What about one day, for some reason, I'm not able to, I need somebody else to access my digital assets. And I told my family, you need to learn how to access. Well, oh, it's so hard. What about you tell your friend who knows how to do it and then like them access and give it to me? It's just like, I believe this is one of the challenges in this space. It's the barrier a little high. So I want to know, what do you see other challenges we have in the NFT space? How we can, make an ecosystem bigger?
Okay, so working with elephants and nonprofits, a lot of people outside the Web3 world are interested in participating, right? So two things that we've done that are interesting that I recommend. One, we had a credit card option. And this credit card option, you buy with credit card, and someone from our team manually will buy the NFT and guide the person to setting up a MetaMask wallet and all those other things. The other interesting thing is that you have to be very careful with when you onboard a new person, you're kind of responsible for them. So we've had like elderly people join our community, right? But they're kind of sitting ducks for all the scammers and people out there. So, giving them a personal line, telling them, oh, don't click any links. If you're unsure about anything, contact like one of us immediately. Because it is a dangerous place. It's really, when you onboard people, you also have to be responsible for them and make sure that, they have a safe time.
I agree. We do education for women. So we're constantly, our motto is bring a friend, always. Bring someone who isn't in the space and handhold them, just like he said. But I think another thing too, if there is any builders out here, interoperability, like stop building more platforms, guys. Like, we don't need it. I get it. It's the future, but I think that's like one of the biggest issues when it comes to NFTs. There's just so much out there. What happens when you have so much choices? You get decision paralysis, and then you're just kind of like, forget it. I don't want to do it, right? So I think, now that there's tools that are easier to use, like MetaMask and Coinbase, getting them to these kind of user Web2 friendly kind of NFT tools, as opposed to starting to explain them what ordinals are, right? We're not going to take them down that rabbit hole. It's just doing baby steps. I think that's kind of where it's at, but that's an issue. No more. Interoperability is the fix.
Totally agree. Thanks, Roxy. Sam?
I would say in terms of educating someone, like something, like you want to keep it simple, clear, and concise, right? You want to get your grandma to know what's going on. And I think the best way is to alleviate the risk, like something that's very simple, like pulling a transaction with MetaMask, right? I was talking to a guy that was working on wallet security, and his presentation was amazing. And I was like, wow, like anyone could understand that, and it makes a lot of sense. So we need to develop products that are easy to understand, because a lot of people are not coming from the tech world. They're not coming from a very technical world. So you want to make it simple, you want to make it fun, you want to make it great for people to join in. And you want to bring them to conference like this, Like, you want to bring them to actual events. That's how you bring more people into the space.
Yeah, totally agree. Actually, there are a lot of good projects that are trying to engage more people into the space to make it more easier, user-friendly to use. So NFT has been proven to be one of the things that connect human being to a digital asset. And it is NFT who draw us together today to discuss the global trend of the NFTs and how the community will shape the ecosystem. We have a lot of interesting topics to discuss, but time-wise, this is so much for the panel discussion. Thank you again for everybody. Together, we're gonna
Appreciate
build a great future of NFT. Thank you.
Thank you so much.